Assalamu alaikum. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli waj'al li waziran min ahli Haruna akhi ushdud bihi azri washriku fi amri كي نسبحك كثيرا ونذكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بصيرا ربي أوزعني أن أشكر نعمتك التي أنعمت علي وعلى والدي وأن أعمل صالحا ترضه وادخلني برحمتك في عبادك الصالحين آمين ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم وصلى اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Welcome friends, inshallah we will continue from the words, the 22nd word per station. We are on the 8th proof. So last time we did the 7th proof about how we can recognize our Lord by observing the universe, ourselves, and the author is kind of sharing his understanding of, he calls them the proofs of, basically it was a story about two friends who were as if they're just joining this universe for the first time and they're discovering and being amazed at this world. Basically a commentary on the verse. So God sets forth parables for men so that they may bear them in mind. Such are the similitudes which we propound to men that they may reflect. Quran section 14, verse 25, and Quran section 59, verse 21. So trying to convince the heedless person of myself or the ego of myself to kind of realize that I'm a created being, always in need of my Lord. So we'll start with the 8th proof. Come, my foolish friend who thinks himself reasonable like my soul. Interesting statement, thinks himself reasonable, like maybe the egoistic or the oblivious side of the human self that doesn't pay much attention to one's existence or the existence of the universe, which happens to us many times. We get lost in the day-to-day activities, get busy with things. So you do not want to recognize the owner of this magnificent palace. I mean, I may know as an information, I may have it that this world is created by an owner, the God, Lord of the universe, but to recognize him from time to time on a daily basis is something we should be doing, I should be doing. So, but everything shows him, points to him, testifies to him. Everything. So everything in the universe speaks. And their speech, testimony points to him. So how can you deny the testimony of all these things? I mean, nobody denies it, but that the things are there. How can you deny the testimony of all these things? But we may not pay attention to the meaning behind all the things. So you have therefore to deny the palace as well and say there is no world, no country, deny yourself too and disappear. So this whole denying of the universe, denying of oneself, I've heard from some people who say, yes, we are living in an illusion. This world is not real, it's just an illusion.
Did you ask this guy, this person, who is seeing the illusion? Who are you? You are seeing the illusion. You are you. You don't exist, man.
Yeah, I think there's one school of thought, or some people say that this is not real world, this is an illusion, and they deny the real existence of this world, although everything is real in this world. I guess they watch The Matrix, maybe, where they say what is real, what is not real.
Yeah. He was to matrix. You are right. So what is the importance of this? Owner of this magnificent palace, yeah, everything shows him, yeah. You deny the testimony, as you said, you cannot deny yourself, man. You say, I am imagining, it means you exist, then you are imagining. Whatever the form you are, you may say, I'm not the body. All right, but you are. So you are saying, I'm not the body. Then you are claiming that I exist, and my existence doesn't accept my body. All right. But testimony, yeah. I put the picture on the wall, and I paid a lot of money to it. If it is a real picture, of course, not all the photograph, a little bit. But real picture, really people pay thousands on it. Yeah. And I'm proud of it. And saying, this picture doesn't announce the quality of artistry or art, quality of the artist. Why do you hang it there? Why did you pay thousands of dollars on it? Why? Art. You are saying there is no art. Paints became like this by itself. That is so, it is impossible. As you say, it is important. It is impossible to deny the testimony of the things pointing to their creator, their artist, if you don't want. If you don't want. Here is go to the first paragraph, first line. You don't want to recognize the owner of this magnificent palace. Yeah, you don't want to recognize the owner. That is why you say, I don't know, but it may not exist. Madam, since you don't exist, man, why do you eat then? You don't exist, man. It is just illusion. Don't eat. If you tell them it is just illusion, don't get married or don't have somebody else next to you in your life. Can they say, it is illusion, okay, let it go? Can they say it? Full of contradiction. Full of contradiction. They eat, they have another, they want to have another person in their life, they die for it, and they say it is illusion. Ridiculous. Whatever, wherever you hold, it falls down. Ridiculous. Thank you.
Indeed, thank you. Yes, the testimony of each and everything is what we need to pay attention to. So that's why, or else come to your senses and listen to me. Now look, there are uniform elements and minerals inside the palace and encompassing the land. And there is a footnote. As for the elements and minerals, These indicate the elements of air, water, light, and earth, which have numerous well-ordered duties. They hasten to the assistance of all needy beings with dominical leave. So with the permission, dominical permission, leave. Enter everywhere and bring help at the divine command. So they're not acting by themselves on their own, but they are following the will, the order, the command of the one who has made them. That's why we studied last time about the harmony in the universe, mutual cooperation, assistance, each thing running towards the help, assistance of the other thing. That's how the universe shows. And I think we should make a comment. Human beings also need to learn from the universe to help each other out, to assist each one another. So, and raise all the things necessary for life. Oops, my bad. And suckle living creatures. So, enter everywhere and bring help at the divine command. So, air, water, light, earth is found everywhere, performing many duties, all by the will of the one who made them, and raise all the things necessary for life. So we are in need of all these elements, air, water, light, and earth. Anything missing is trouble for the whole existence of this universe. And suckle living creatures, so they serve us like in a tender, like just like the baby suckles on the mother's breast. So that's how each and every element in the universe, we are benefiting from it. It's treating us in the same way, and are the source of the weaving and inscribing of the divine artifacts. Whatever is existing in this world is making use of all these elements and their progenitors and cradles. So this palace is wonderful with all these elements working together, uniform elements and minerals. Simply everything appearing in the country is made of those elements. That means whoever those things belong to, everything made of them is also his. So whoever the field belongs to, the crops are his too. And whoever the sea belongs to, the things within it are also his. And look, these textiles, these decorated woven materials are being made out of a single substance. It is self-evidently the same person who brings the substance, prepares it, and makes it into string. So pointing to divine unity, everything points to the same source. For such a work would not permit the participation of others, in which case all the woven, skillfully made things are particular to him. So this shows us whatever we are seeing in the universe, everything is belonging to the one who made them. Even we may use them whatever we follow the order, and let's say I bring some vegetables and cook them following the order, but everything, the materials I used, the result, everything belongs to the one who gives existence to that. Brother Ali, go ahead.
So before going to the next paragraph, I thought, but this example is important. I think this, what was it? Everything appearing in the country is made of these elements. Now, what the author is saying here, for example, we see the textile, let's say I see a leaf. Nowadays, leaves are really demonstrating themselves, and there is wonderful things are going on in the world. This is a textile, piece of textile, something woven. You can see that when the turtles or caterpillars eat the leaves, the skeleton of the leaves are left. If you notice that, I'm sure you did. I mean, it's very, very much everywhere. So now they are made up of what? The same substance. All different textile are made of. Now, what the materialists say, the universe is made up of atoms. Yeah. And atoms are made up of particles. All particles are the same, essentially the same substance. So the author says here, whoever owns this substance must be employing the water, air, other elements, whatever they're in the big picture, water, air, sunlight, minerals, this kind of things. Yeah. This, in order to have, who made this leaf, one leaf, they say it consists of atoms. Who owns the atom and who owns the qualities manifest in the being atom itself, in this atom itself? Who owns it? It means we have to go back to the beginning. What is the source of existence of the atom? What is the source of existence of particle? Everything. So start from there. Don't say that, yes, I understand atoms are making the leaves. No. Or go to the beginning and start from there. What is the source of existence of particle? A particle is made up of some substance. What is this source of existence of substance? Go there. And then it is the one who owns it, who gave existence to it. It cannot exist by itself with its qualities. Every human mind understands nothing can exist by itself with its qualities, because we cannot explain its qualities. If we say the thing made its qualities, come on, the thing has the quality, that's why it is employed there. So without the quality, we cannot think of a thing existing with no quality. There's no such thing. There is no such thing. We have to be careful. So the thing itself cannot be the source of existence of its qualities. Whoever has given existence to this substance, how big, how small, doesn't matter. What is the source of existence? Question there. It has given the existence to this stuff with its qualities. So come there. Who is really making the atom out of these particles is the one who is, as this textile, these decorated, look at these textiles, these decorated woven materials are being made up of made out of a single substance. Single substance. What are they? Very basic matter. It is self-evident that the same person who brings the substance, the one who brought the substance, let's say, prepares it, makes it into a string. And then this string, whoever made the string is the one who is doing the textile. Because string needs to be given the qualities. The substance of the string needs to be given the qualities. They all are independent, and all of them at their existence, at the level of their existence, is that simple substance still has qualities. In the form of a string, make it easy. In the form of a string, in the form of an atom, again, has its qualities, and all of them are given by the same one who has given the existence with its who has given the existence to the substance with his own qualities. In the form of an atom, in the form of a particle, in the form of an atom, in the form of a cell, in the form of an organ, in the form of an animal, in the form of a human being, or in the form of a star, in the form of a galaxy. Doesn't matter. The same process is going on everywhere. I think we keep asking the question, whatever they say, what is the source of existence? I have to take notice of it. What is the source of existence of, as you said, illusions? What is the source of existence of illusions? What is the source of existence of when I say I am just illusion? My being is just illusion. Oh, your being. What is the source of existence of your being? We should never ever forget this, so important. And also remind ourselves, always ask the question. For example, somebody offered me food and they said, this is a very good chef, or I think I'm the person who cooks. All right, what is the source of existence of this chef? What is the source of existence of the qualities in the chef? So it is the one who is creating the delicious food. We have to understand creation, source of existence, cannot be separated. Simple, but we have to pay attention. Thank you.
Thank you. So we'll continue reading. And look, every sort of these woven, manufactured goods is found in every part of the country. They have spread with all their fellows and are being made and woven together and one within the other, in the same way, at the same instant, continuously being made, being created, changing as I see it. That means they are the work of the same person. and the same act through a single command. Single command is interesting. So it's not like multiple commands going on, but a single command and everything is changing. Otherwise, their correspondence and conformity at the same instant, in the same fashion, of the same sort, would be impossible. Correspondence and conformity, so working together in harmony, helping each other, conformity, in which case each of these skillfully fashioned things is like a proclamation of that hidden one which points to him. So it's declaring, each of these things is declaring is a proclamation of its creator, its maker. As if each sort of flowered material, each ingenious machine, each sweet mouthful is a stamp of that miracle displaying person, a stamp of his, a mark, a decoration. Each says through the tongue of disposition, whosever work of art I am, the boxes and shops where I am found are also his property. Everything declares, whosever work of art, qualities I am, everything that is made of it is also his property. Each inscription says, whoever wove me also wove the roll of cloth of which I am a part. Every sweet mouthful says, whoever makes me and cooks me, the cauldron in which I am is also his. And every machine says, whoever made me also made all those like me who have spread throughout the land. And the one who raises us in every part of it is also he. That means he is also the country's owner, in which case, whoever the owner of all this country and palace is, he may be our owner too.
The subject is Lord of the Worlds, Rabbul Alamin.
Reasoning.
Go there.
Yeah. Rabbul Alameen. So a single command. So each and everything is, as we observe, we wonder at it and see that, can this be? Looking at its existence, the qualities, can they have the qualities? Can the air make it, or the water? Can that help with the plant in its creation? But no, all of them are made at the same time, only by the single command of the Rabbul Alameen. This is hard to grasp a little bit, a single command, because we are living in this time-based, time and space kind of experience where we do one thing, and next time we wait for it and another thing. But for absolute, there is no sense of concept of time and space. So single command.
I think single command is kun fayakun.
Yes.
In the language of the Quran, isn't it?
Yep. Kun fayakun. Be and it is. That's it.
A single command doesn't, it means that just, it is expressed in this way. It is just will. Because there is no command going on. It is just a will. it must be willing, and whatever is willed exists. Single command is, it doesn't mean that, for example, I'm going to do something, I follow many steps. But as far as the existence of the things are concerned, coming into existence every moment in a different form can only be explained the one who wills it to be. That's why it is. Otherwise, mind cannot accept any other alternative idea or interpretation, understanding.
Yeah, thank you for clarifying. The command, as we understand in this our age, is not, the will is very much appropriate to understand this. Single will. For example, in order to be the true owner of a single cartridge belt, or even a button belonging to the government, one also has to own all the factories in which they are made. If a bragging irregular soldier claims otherwise, he will be told they are government property, and they will be taken from him, and he will be punished. So everything is the property of Rabbul Alameen, the Lord of the universe. In short, just as the elements in this country all surround and encompass it, and their owner can only be one who owns the whole country, in the same way, since the works of art that are spread throughout the country resemble one another and display a single stamp, they show that they are the art of a single person who governs everything. So the things show that they are the art of a single person. They declare, they testify that, as we studied in the first paragraph, that they all belong to the Lord of the universe. And so, my friend, there is a sign of oneness, a stamp of unity in this country. That is this magnificent palace. For while being the same, certain things are all encompassing. And while being numerous, some display a unity or similarity, since they resemble one another and are found everywhere. As for unity, it shows one of unity. That means that its maker, owner, Lord, and fashioner has to be one and the same. So the author's describing his understanding of unity and oneness. So oneness being all the things show that they are made by the same one. They have the same qualities, resemble each other, they have the same stamp that they show that they are the property of this being. Unity shows one, that the maker, owner, fashioner has to be one and the same. In addition, look carefully at this from, yeah, Brother Ali, go ahead.
The same, one and the same. This is important to see that one and the same. And the same means this leaf, the example we gave before, leaf, is made by someone. The other leaf is made the same one again, not different. Same qualities are there. Same qualities are manifesting. How about another tree leaf? It is the same because same qualities are manifesting there. So one, but at the same time, we have to see that all things exist in the universe must come from or must be made or created by one single being, because everything witnesses to him alone, the absolute one, the creator, absolute creator, absolute creator. Yeah.
So that is what it is. Maker, owner, Lord, and fashion has to be one and the same. So that is unity. And I think the terms in Arabic, ahadiyya and wahadiyya, is that correct? Wahid and ahad. In addition, look carefully at this. From behind the veil of the unseen, a thickish string has appeared. Footnote: the thickish string alludes to fruit-bearing trees, the thousands of strings to their branches and the diamonds, decorations, favors, and gifts, to the varieties of blossoms and fruits. Now look, thousands of strings have hung down from it, and see the tips of the strings. A diamond, a decoration, a favor, a gift has been attached to each. So each, the fruits that we enjoy, the vegetables, hanging from like a string on the trees or the plants, each beautifully decorated like a diamond, decoration, favor. Yes, a gift hanging on the branches or of the trees. What a beautiful thing. Suitable presents are being given to everyone. Everyone gets their share. It's like the example of the caterpillar gets its share of the leaves. Do you know what a lunatic action it is not to recognize or thank the one who stretches out from behind the strange veil of the unseen such wondrous favors and gifts? Just presenting to us prepared, everything packaged, stretching out, giving it abundantly, all these favors and gifts. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. Because if you do not recognize him, you will be compelled to say, these strings are making the diamonds and other gifts on their tips themselves and offering them. Yep, if you do not recognize him, we will fall into the cause and effect relationship or chain of events, as if the tree strings are making the diamonds and other gifts, or the tree is making it on their tips themselves, or maybe the farmer and offering them. Then you have to attribute to each string the meaning of a king. Whereas before our eyes, an unseen hand is making the strings too. and unseen, and so their existence is being made. The strings are being made too. And attaching the gifts to them is also created. That means everything in this palace points to that miracle displaying one rather than to themselves. So none of the things in the universe points to themselves, but rather to their maker. If you do not recognize him, through denying them, you fall 100 times lower than an animal. Right, so that is the 8th proof. Really, we are so ungrateful for all the blessings we are receiving. Wondrous favors and gifts presented continuously. 9th proof. Come, my unreasoning friend. You do not, yes, Brother Ali, go ahead.
A little bit more reflection on the last paragraph we read. Just reflection, you know, but when you read it, because we are used to the language of this book, it is clear to us, but when it comes to communicate this message to other people, we have to make it into a very simple and also updated. Now, those people who claim that the things, especially living beings, all other things as well, galaxies also evolved by themselves, by adapting themselves to their environment. And those didn't couldn't adapt themselves, they just disappeared. Of course, we don't have any fossil, any being, living being, who is in between, I don't know, a amoeba and a frog, in between. There is no fossil for this. There are amoeba fossils, there are frog fossils, but in between, and they said evolved, but if they were in between the creatures evolving by themselves, they should go slowly, different stages. But if they go into not amoeba, but not frog, they couldn't exist anyways. They wouldn't be able to continue their existence so that they will adapt themselves, which is meaningless. But nowadays, you know, famous, everybody knows the name, although it's our principle not to mention the names, but everybody knows, must have heard from the very childhood, Darwin. Now, the new evolution theories, they don't identify themselves with Darwin, but they respect Darwin as the founding father of evolution. But they don't follow his reasoning. But this argument here looks like addressing Darwinian times problems, saying that the tree is growing the fruit, adapting itself, and as a result, fruit came out. They say, no. We don't say wood, we don't say water, we don't say air is creating it, making it, making the fruit, but DNA in the cell. But in fact, methodologically, it is the same. Either water or air, excuse me, air molecules, water molecules, or the component parts of DNA. But knowledge in DNA, arranging itself in DNA as a result of component parts, random developments. Whatever fit to the environment stayed existing. Whatever didn't fit didn't stay in the existence, although there is no evidence for it. Those who didn't adapt to their environment, there is no evidence at all. But they claim it, although there is no evidence. But they say we don't believe in what is not materially demonstrated, but they believe in this idea which is not materially demonstrated. So they are cheating, but DNA is made up of certain elements. The same thing. Either you say tree is producing the fruit, or these elements are producing the DNA. What is the difference? Nothing. Essentially the same attitude. Cause and effect, as you said. This cause, whatever you say it, whatever it is, how small it is, doesn't matter. Ask, does it have its own qualities by itself? The source of existence of these qualities, of this matter, so that they will develop and form the DNA and make it perfect. Perfectly fitting. Millions of different creatures perfectly fitting in existence. So they developed themselves and became perfectly fitting in existence. Now the order of the universe established, they stopped. They say it may still continue so slow, we don't see. Still, do they do it? The elements are doing it, or giving the result, or do they have these qualities created by something else? So same argument is still going on, although these kind of examples need to be updated. But still, essentially the same, inshallah. That's what I want to share. I felt this. And see if I am wrong, correct me, please.
Yep. Thank you, Brother Ali. Any other comment by anyone? Or we should move. We have like 10 minutes left. All right. I mean, I see, yeah, the examples need to be updated, but I think this is still something like we dismissed in this civilization because it's attributed to nature, natural laws. But never, I mean, no one really questions whether the tree is giving existence to the fruit or not. It's not something thought about. Okay, so 9th proof. Come, my unreasoning friend. You do not recognize this palace's owner, and you do not want to recognize him because you deem his existence unlikely. You deviate into denial because you cannot comprehend with your narrow brain his wondrous arts and acts. Whereas the true unlikelihood, real difficulties, hardships, and awesome trouble lie in not recognizing him. For if we recognize him, this whole palace, this world, becomes as easy, as trouble-free as a single thing. it becomes the means to the abundance and plenty around us. So this universe becomes the means to the abundance and plenty around us. If we do not recognize him and he does not exist, then everything becomes as difficult as this whole palace, because everything is as skillfully made as the palace. Then neither the abundance nor the plenty would remain. Indeed, not one of these things which we see would pass to anyone's hand, let alone ours. Look at just the jar of conserve attached to the string. All right, so there's a footnote. Oops, let me see what that says. It's a longer footnote. One more. The jar of conserve indicates the gifts of divine mercy like melons, watermelons, pomegranates, and coconuts, which are the conserves of divine power, and like tins of milk. Jar of conserve attached to the string. If it had not emerged from his hidden miracle displaying kitchen, we could not have bought it for 100 liras or dollars, although we buy it now for 40 cents. Whatever. So a melon or a pomegranate, whatever price we pay for it, it's just for the middleman or the farmer or the, I remember the example Brother Ali gives about the bananas quite often. Yeah, Brother, go ahead. Brother Ali?
The first part of the paragraph, almost fourth, fifth, third, fourth, fifth lines, it troubles me. So you cannot comprehend. You cannot comprehend with your narrow brain, whatever it is. Forget about the narrow brain. Every human being finds it difficult. No, go up a little bit. You cannot comprehend. Yeah, the word comprehend is important. No, comprehend. Yeah. The reason in the following line, the second following line, because you don't recognize him. Recognize. Yep, that's it. You got no, down, 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 down. Yeah, because there. Now, the condition is the reasoning. I'm trying to understand the reasoning of the author. If you don't recognize the creator, the source of existence, it becomes impossible for you to comprehend it. People say, I don't know, everything seems to be happening by themselves. They say, some people say God created it. Which kind of thing, God? So it seems to be a kind of mystery that the religious people just really make up. It seems to be for some minds. I don't blame them, because we do not, the believing people, including myself, we do not present them the way to recognize it and expect them to comprehend Allah, God. Impossible. Now, where should I recognize it, because no one can say that, where can I comprehend God? God is not this absolute being. But they say, I don't comprehend it. How can I believe in it? That is correct. That is human. The mistake is with me. Though with me, with the believing people. We should first present them the evidence to recognize that this thing needs to be created. La ilaha. They cannot be source of existence of their qualities. La ilaha. Still right, la ilaha. They cannot do that. But we see that they are all coming into existence in the same system, within the same system, within the same qualities, different manifestations of the same qualities. No, I am looking at the, for example, electrical system in my house, in the house where I live. Now, I see one lamp is made in such a way that when it is touches something in the socket or something there, and in its socket, then electric comes and the light lamp, starts enlightening the area, giving light to area. I have to question first, who made the electrical system? I don't know, because the house represents what? The universe. I don't know. They say, there must be an electrician. I don't know. I never seen it. How can I really understand the whole universe as a house? And there is somebody. Where is it? I don't know. It is. There is an technique. Mala yutak. In Arabic, they say, I'm making an offer to accept this idea, but it is impossible to accept it. It is beyond my capacity. That is why we have to stop talking about God first. No, La ilaha first. Make the person recognize that the lamp and the socket, however you pronounce it, socket, lamp and socket arranged in such a way that neither the substance of socket nor the substance of lamp can arrange this perfectly, fitting all the strings. Not, is it called strings? You know, you turn, it goes
Wires.
No, string, not string. You know, turning. How do you call this spiral thing in it? In the
Spring. It's not a spring.
Spring? Yeah, spring. Let's say. I mean, you got it. Spring, but I don't know it is the right word. The spring. And the spring of the socket is exactly fitting or necessary for the spring of the lamp. You are imagining when what I'm talking about. So when I put in it, turn it, it becomes firm and goes into. Deliberately done, but Scott developed by itself. That is what they say. Lamp developed by itself. How do they know each other? Is it screw? I don't mean screw. Inside there is a spiral thing going on, and there is a spiral threads. Yeah. That is true now. Threads. They are different entities. They make most of them. Most probably, they are produced by different factories, and they are, for example, sockets are produced by a different factory, and lamps are produced by a different factory. So somebody must be uniting them and arranging them. Socket doesn't know where the lamp is. Lamp doesn't know where the socket is. They don't really see each other. They cannot communicate with each other. How do they really fit to each other? And also the lamp works only when it gets into the connected in the socket in a certain way. They are all completely independently arranged by the same engineer, designed by the same engineer. Not they develop themselves and haphazardly, randomly fit there by themselves. This is, as the author says, it is really, even the animals cannot really claim this. Impossible to accept. So when we emphasize the importance of the evidence, La ilaha, it needs an arranger, an engineer, etc. And then say, the one who made the lamp is the same one who made the socket, is the same one who put the wires, is the same one who put the circuit breaker, is the same one who connected to the power station, etc., etc., etc. Same engineering is going on there. But this engineer is not in the house, is not part of the house, is not part of the electrical system, cannot be. Every human mind can understand it easily. Cannot be. Therefore, it's very easy. Although it is impossible to comprehend the nature of the engineer of the house or builder of the house, but it is absolutely necessary for any human being to comprehend its existence, not its essence, its existence. We have to start from La ilaha, end up with illallah as the absolute being. Allah is absolute. So because you cannot comprehend is a very acceptable, it is not accusation. Yes, you cannot. We have to say, yes, you cannot comprehend. You are right. I don't understand God. Yes, you are right. You don't. Why? Because you didn't recognize La ilaha. This method needs to be repeated in everywhere at every time. Otherwise, if I don't follow this method, I shouldn't speak at all. La ilaha illallah. I mean, if you are praying, you say illallah. Why? This is your conclusion. But if you are presenting an argument, if you are presenting a way of reasoning, you should say la ilaha first. That is why we confuse. We are Muslims. We believe in God. Who is God? According to our religion, the one who created the universe. Incomprehensible, man. Don't be stupid to talk about the true, real religion in this way while you are presenting it. When you worship, yes, it is your personal thing. Unfortunately, we the Muslims, Jews, Christians, all those people who claim they believe in God, none of them follow La ilaha. in their presentation. Everyone speaks from, regardless, no difference. Christians say, Jesus is the Lord, acknowledge it. Jews say, we are the best chosen people, acknowledge it. Muslims say, God is the one who created the universe, acknowledge it. Impossible, man. It is incomprehensible to speak in this way. That's why people are different, if not deniers, indifference towards religion. Why? Impossible to accept as it is presented nowadays. We have to watch out and we have to renew our language. We shouldn't say, oh, our brothers, Muslim brothers, we believe in God. No. Stop speaking in this way to me. Why? While you are worshiping, you can say it yourself. While you are discussing, prepare your friend to get ready, not to speak in the society as we speak, like among each other. No, we believe in God. Alhamdulillah. Islam is our religion. Alhamdulillah. Stop this stupid claim. While you are praying to do it, that's why this is important. I am not saying that we shouldn't use this language at all. No, while we are praying, while we are in our contact with, while we are in contact with our Creator, Ma'bud relationship, praying to Him, etc. That is, you can use your own conviction, but you cannot present religion in this way. That is, I love this author because of his consistency in this matter. Alhamdulillah. I love it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brother Ali. So if I get you right, so the author is saying that initially you mentioned about this. So comprehension starts with the recognizing him first. Once you recognize him, then comprehension becomes easy. Is that correct? Otherwise, it's just starting from illallah and then nothing makes sense. Everything is so difficult. And, well, nothing can be sure, but we're reasoning, wondering about it, questioning, and then recognizing him makes things easier in that way. All right, no comment. So we'll just finish this then. So yes, all unlikelihood, difficulty, trouble, arduousness, indeed impossibility, lies in not recognizing him. For a tree is given life.
The author is emphasizing, not
Right.
comprehending, but not recognizing the problem.
Yep, keep saying that, not recognizing him.
Yeah, being incomprehensible is correct. God is the creator, is incomprehensible, correct.
So for a tree is given life from one root through one law in one center. And the formation of thousands of fruits is as easy as one fruit. But if the fruits were tied to different centers and roots and different laws, each fruit would be as difficult to produce as the tree. And if the equipping of an entire army is in one center through one law and from one factory as regards to quantity, it is as easy as equipping a single soldier. While if each soldier is equipped from all different places, then to equip one soldier, there would have to be as many factories as for the entire army. Just like these two examples, if in this well-ordered palace, this fine town, this advanced country, this magnificent world, the creation of all things is attributed to a single being, it becomes so easy, so light. It is the reason for the infinite abundance, availability, and munificence we see. Otherwise, everything would become so expensive, so difficult, that if the whole world was given to someone, they could not obtain them. Expensive in the sense of difficult, complex. If we don't recognize the absolute source. So any comment on this one? On this last two paragraphs, which we went over quickly, but gives the examples of how attributing things to a single source makes things easy versus different roots or different laws operating. We don't know, cannot rely on which one is going to miss out or is going to not provide it or not do it. So it becomes very complex for the individuals. All right, so we can stop here, inshallah. We will continue with the 10th proof next time. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma alamtana innaka antal alimul hakim wa akhiru dawahum alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Bi hurmati Surah al-Fatiha.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you all. Assalamu alaikum as well.
Alaykum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Jazakallah.